If you watch sports, I'm probably the last person, I probably look like the last person you'd ever want to hear talk about them. But just hear me out for this one. I heard about this thing called baseball back when I was like 4. I tried to play it when I was very young and then got upset because I would strike out. So then I gave up. But I was thinking, what would bring me back into the game now? What type of update would they need to drop for baseball in order for me to pull up once again? Just to give an honorable mention to show you what my mind is capable of, something that didn't make the cut of my changes I would make between baseball 1 and now baseball 2, my version. I had the idea of letting the pitcher have like a secret like Glock on him. I think it would just make it really fun and really fun to, well, I don't know if it'd be fun to watch, but I thought that could be an interesting thing to add. But whatever, we're not going to add that. It's a little too violent. I don't think kids would get in the game anymore. I think if that's how it was when I was younger, I would have never learned about it. So what are we really going to do here? One of my greatest experiences in baseball is Super Mario Sluggers, okay? So some of the rules might not actually be real based. No, don't worry. I consulted baseball players, baseball players and people who watch baseball for this video. So I know what's up. Don't worry. I got you. Number 1, I used to get really annoyed in Super Mario Sluggers when I would hit the baseball with the Wiimote. It would go so far and I'm like, that's such a good hit. It's in the outfield, but it's not a home run. And someone just catches it. It kills the whole vibe. It throws the whole vibe off. Like, I understand. You could say, like, that's the point. You know what I mean? It's like that risk and reward. You're hitting it far, but it's like, you know, you're not going to get that reward without the risk. So there's a risk that someone just catches it. But I think if you're hitting it that far, there should be some type of reward. Here's my conclusion. Okay, if you've ever been to Top Golf, if you've ever been to somewhere like that, it's almost that type of idea where you don't have to get a home run to score points now. Instead, we're going to have marks on the field that, like, they're going to be nets that basically catch the ball, and it's going to be like, oh, it landed in this one, and it's going to be worth a certain amount of, like, either bases forward or points. I don't know which one would be better, or it could be a combination of both. Like, there could be like a yellow little circle that if you land in, it's like, oh, 2 base runs instead of 1, you know, and nobody's there can catch it because they're not going to want to fall in the net. And then there would be like a bigger red circle in the ground where if you land the ball in there, you get like a free point, you get a free 2 points, you know. The reason I think this is a good idea is because it incentivizes a more skilled gameplay on a lower level, right? I know the skill is there when you're getting home runs, obviously, or when you're even hitting it straight at all, right? Being able to hit it in the first place is the skill. But imagine if there was an extra layered game on top of it where you could not go for a home run and instead go for like some part of the field because it's strategic to get 2 extra runs in that moment. It's strategic to get an extra 2 points right then and there because you would rather bet for that instead of going for all the way. I don't know. I just think that'd be fun because it would also bring in new players, right? Like if you're playing homemade baseball, like at home, it would be pretty easy to set up. You just need like chalk. You need just somewhere to mark it, like even a hula hoop, you know, like anything. It would offer a way for people who don't hit the ball that far to still feel like they can do something. Like if you're not a super slugger, you can still be like, at least I can aim for that hula hoop over there and it'll give me something good. Like people will still celebrate as if I got a home run, you know? If that was added to normal baseball, I would probably watch it, you know, for at least 1 game. I would probably pull up and play. I would do terrible. The next thing I would add kind of goes along with this, but the reason why it's a little iffy right now is because it would be harder to set up at home, right? For the circle in the ground one, you can just easily throw a hula hoop down. But this one is for the wall, okay? So if you do manage to get a home run, imagine if there was somewhere on the wall you could hit for extra points, right? Like a bonus, almost like you're playing darts, but with a baseball. So it's similar idea, but it would obviously be way more of a bonus because it's, you know, way harder to hit a target with a baseball than it is somewhere on the ground. But this one sadly could only be implemented in big stadiums, right? So if you're at home playing this, if you're at school playing this, they're not going to throw this up, you know? So we don't have to add this one, but I was also realizing that adding all these things will make getting runs easier, will make getting points easier. So the way I'm going to balance this all out is by adding a 5th base, okay? We're going to go from 4 to 5. It's going to look like a star. extra base, but now you got extra ways to get more runs and get on the bases quicker. So I think it will be cool. It'll also be better for the audience because it won't be so boring. It won't be so boring of a game if there's 5 bases and you're moving through them fast. If those 3 things were added already, you would catch me within the first day, posted up on the couch, going flipping through trying to find it in action, bro. I would travel to see that. I low-key just think more things propped up in the field that would count as extra points or something would like be really cool. Like imagine if you got a third of a point every like little like trophy you hit. Not like an actual trophy, but they can like have like little blow up something. I don't know. Just like stuff, just more in the field going on. So it's more like stimulating. I don't know if I got like ADHD or something, but if all that was going on at once, I would be able to watch baseball once again. Okay, next segment. So we had honorable mentions. We had the real stuff I'm adding. The next segment is the rules I would change, okay? Because we got some stupid rules going on. And I've heard around the grapevine as well, some really dumb things. So I got them right here. I remember playing Super Mario Sluggers, okay? And when I wasn't very good, you know, if it was my off day or something, which might have been most of the time, but I was like 6. So I was going boom with the Wiimote and I would get a foul ball, okay? I would try again. Ball comes, boom, I hit it. But it's a foul once again. Last time I think in my head, I'm like, I got one more chance on this, right? Ball comes, hit it, foul for the 3rd time. But I'm not out. Another ball comes. Boom, hit it, foul. I am telling you, at least a half an hour of my whole entire life has been wasted getting foul balls back to back to back to back on Super Mario Sluggers. But those were not poorly wasted times. I learned so much in those moments. But if this ever happened in a real life game, I would leave. I would go, it's time to go to the bathroom break. What that penguin just did from the mic, that's what I would do off the top balcony of the stadium. So in order to keep people engaged while someone constantly gets a foul, I think fouls should be memeable, okay? I think there should be a sound effect that the player or the pitcher picks that happens every single time there's a foul. So now it's like funny. Now you might wait for a foul. You might anticipate it. You know, it could be like the Vine boom. It could be like, poof. It could be the, or it could be like, you know, every time you get a foul, it's just like, foul, foul, foul. Isn't that funny? Isn't that amazing? You would stay for the whole entire game. And so would I. Add this to baseball too. I'm pulling up once again. I will be there. Apparently, I didn't know this one, but I was told that if pitchers are deceptive in their movement, they will be called out. I don't know how to say the word. It looks like balk, like when you're like making gains and stuff. But I think this could be exploited very easily. We need sharp guides on to how you're supposed to look when you pitch. You know, we need to study up on what we're doing to make it a little bit more accurate, because that shouldn't be a problem. But I do understand how you could be deceptive and it could be a little scammer moment, you know, scammer get scammed. So apparently, if a ball bounces on the ground and then goes over the fence, it doesn't count as a home run. I don't agree with this. It should at least mean everyone moves forward like all the way until the person who just pitched is on third base or second base. No, third. I do understand that some fences are bigger than others, so it would kind of make it weird if like one stadium you could get a home run and then the other one not as easy. But it would also be the same easiness for the other team. So they just got to be like adaptable, you know? Like if they want to go for that, they go for it when the stadium allows it. The next one is that the pitcher could take too long and it's an automatic ball. And if the batter isn't alert to the pitcher in time, I don't know what that means, but I assume it means like he's posted up, like ready to bat. Like if either of these things from both sides of the parties don't happen in enough time, then it's a win for the other team. And I completely agree with this. I don't know why this would ever be controversial to anyone. If you can't tell already, that's how I want the game to be. Boom, 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 boom. I'm trying to see boom, right? For a post shot, boom. I'm not trying to see someone win the game by faking them out because they waited too long, you know? Like you sit there for a minute. Yeah, the guy's not going to be as ready as he was a minute ago. So that's not how it should be. Okay, I'm not going to repeat the rules, but I will repeat the changes in the gameplay mechanics of Baseball 2. We got little trophies in the field that can be blow up or something that can just be toppled over and put back up. These are going to act like little coins, like little Mario or Sonic coins just out in the open that you can hit with the ball. This will incentivize a more compact gameplay experience where the goal isn't just hit it as far as you can. On top of this, we're also going to have rings that are holes in the field that will capture the ball. They're going to be little spaces where an outfielder cannot catch the ball there. So if your ball is landing there, it's not an out, guaranteed. I would like for 2 of them on each side, kind of like in the middle right and middle left of the field. But where they are can change. I just like the idea of a more skillful, close together game. Because when I think of baseball, the only cool things I think of that are skillful is like hitting the ball out of the park, grand slam. But I think that's boring and repetitive. I want a field that also has its own game contained in it. You don't have to hit the ball really far to get some runs in, to get some extra points on the board. I want there to be like a target board on the opposite side of the batter plate. So basically when you make a home run, you also hit somewhere on a target board. And if you're, closer to the target, you get extra points. I think that would be cool because when a home run is hit, it's also like, oh, how good of a home run, like, is it like in the middle of the target or is it just like, oh, a home run? Is it a home run or is it like bro got the bullseye home run, But that one's iffy because, at home gameplay, when you're at school playing baseball, you're not going to have that. That's not as easy to put together and place up. But because of all the little extra run systems, like the little trophies on the ground, the coins, and the holes in the floor that are going to give you extra runs, extra points, because of all this extraness, we got to make it harder to score a point normally to make up for it. So we're adding a 5th base. Boom. And cut, gang. That's it. I think that would be a beautiful game. I would come back to watch that any day. It would be so much less boring. If I don't hear about baseball getting an update soon, I'm going to have a talk with the owners. Whoever owns MLB, I'll be on the phone with you later. And there'll be more where that comes from. I'm going to tackle every single sport here on this channel. You heard that right. Basketball too, football too, the other football too. So subscribe if you want to be updated when one of those comes out. If you made it this far, if I did a good job, leave a like so I know, and I will keep them rolling. Comment down below anything you would change about what I said, any criticism first. And then on top of that, if you somehow think it was perfect or if there were good ideas, let me know about those too. But I really want some critiques going down so we can have conversations about how to really make a better baseball. Maybe I'll pull up with a baseball 3. Last but not least, listen to Blakey on all platforms. Blake with a Y. It's the same as what you see right there, down below. And then if my other sports 2 videos are out already, check those out. I also have a playlist called 2 that's full of other things too, including hide and seek and tag 2. So yeah, go check all that out if you're interested. I'll catch you there. Bye.